Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Chef Girl RD. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some homemade holiday Rice Krispie treats. And we're going to make these right in the Ninja Foodi. Alright, so let me show you what I'm going to be using today. And guys, feel free to tweak this any way you want. You don't have to use the same cereal. You can use a different type of cereal. And I'm going to be using a fluff, so you don't have to use that as well. You can use the bagged mini marshmallows. I think what's most important here are the measurements. So I have 6 cups of my holiday Rice Krispies, and then typically you would use 4 cups of the mini marshmallows. Now because I'm using fluff, I'm only going to use 3.5 cups. So if you're using a fluff, I would use 3.5 cups. If you're using the marshmallows that you're going to melt down, then I would stick with the 4 cups. And you can even use the large marshmallows if that's all that you have. And if that's the case, you're going to want to use 40 of those. All right, so we're going to come over to the Foodi, and I'm going to use the Sear Saute option on a low medium, and we're going to hit start. And I'm just going to let that warm up for a couple of minutes. All right, so once that's warmed up, you're going to add 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm using 4. I'm just going to let that melt. All right, so once your butter's melted, that's when you can add in your marshmallows or your fluff. So it's naturally easier if you have a bag of marshmallows to just pour it in. But when you use the fluff, you just gotta kind of scoop it in. And I'm just gonna eyeball this. And now we're just gonna mix that up. You wanna just keep mixing it until the butter and the marshmallow are nice and combined and smooth. Everything will be smooth. So this will probably take just a couple minutes. All right, so once that's all combined and nice and smooth, you can shut off the heat, and I'm going to pour in my cereal, and we're going to give that a nice mix. Part's a little tricky. Well, for me, I have down one hand. I have a broken wrist right now, so bear with me. All right, so I'm gonna take this pot right out, and I'm gonna set it on my stove. So for this next part, you can do one of two things. You can either scoop this mixture into a 9x13 casserole dish and then just smooth it all out for your Rice Krispie squares. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this, it's actually a big pizza pan, but I just sprayed it down. I'm going to put my mixture on top, and I'm going to flatten it out nice and thin. And I'm going to be using some cookie cutters for the holiday. All right, so I just dumped that all out on this pan, literally just dumped it right on there. And I'm gonna take some parchment paper, and I'm just going to press it all down. There's really no right or wrong way. Let me stop that for a minute. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You just basically want to push it all down nice and flat. The thickness is up to you. I'm gonna try to actually go completely around the edge of this. All right, so this is all set. As you can see, I was able to go around the entire pan, which I'm surprised because this is a rather large pizza pan. So there's two things. One, you can just let this cool on your counter for about 15-20 minutes, and then it's ready to cut right into. But what I'm gonna do is refrigerate this for about a half an hour. All right, so it's been a half an hour. I just took these out of the fridge, and now I'm gonna take a cookie cutter. I got my little cookie cutters here, and a little platter to put them on. So I'm just going to start with this simple one. And I guess I'll start from the edge and work my way in. And we're just going to press. Pretty hard until you hit the bottom. I mean, you guys know how to do this, so I'm just going to give a little wiggle and push that right out. Here we go. Cute little stocking. Next, I'll just take a little Christmas tree. Actually, it's a pretty large Christmas tree. And push on that. A little wiggle. And pick it up. And we'll push that right out. Oh, my star stayed in, but the good thing is if anything gets stuck, you just pop it up and stick it back on because the marshmallow acts like a glue. Yeah. And so on. So I'm just going to do a few more and we'll take a look at all of them. All right, guys, here they are. Cute little cookie cutter Rice Krispie treats. A little more fun than just your basic square cutouts. And then I took some icing and I decorated these guys over here. Something fun you can do with the kids, or you don't have to do it at all. And I just want to show you, be careful with your cookie cutters. If you have anything like this where it has a lot of smaller pieces, I didn't even use this one because I figured it would get stuck and they would break, and you know, so just want to watch that. And then this I used, this was a candy cane with a bow, so once I made it, I actually cut with a knife the bow off and I just made it a simple candy cane. So just some ideas of different things you can do, but make it your own, make it fun, and that's about it. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If so, click that like button and be sure to subscribe so you can see more videos like this. Bon appetit, guys.